What I want to talk to you about is personal relationships in the workplace. It is quite normal in the golf club to kind of employ people with close personal relationships. First of all, we shouldn't automatically forbid or even consider saying that people can't have personal relationships in the workplace, because that's just not reasonable and it doesn't respect people's choice. But it does require some attention. It requires some transparency. You have the situation where employees might meet at work and they become involved in a personal relationship. In this case, I'm referring to a romantic relationship, but we've also had friendships that happened in this way. And it is important, especially important, if one of the partners of this relationship is a more senior employee than the other. So if they're a barman and a waitress, it's still important, but if they are the bar manager and the waitress, or the GM and the waitress, then we've got a different situation. It's really important that you have something in place that requires employees to come to you and say, just so you know, it doesn't have to be formal like it is in some big organizations, the NHS and things where you have to fill in a form and submit it to the big HR department and all of that. It just has to be something that employees must be a little bit transparent about, especially if someone is more senior than the other person. Then it is important that that more senior person comes to you and say, just so you know, I am, in a personal relationship with so-and-so. The reason this is so important for someone who is more senior is because as their manager or as their HR person, it is important that you understand that they must be excluded from some processes going forward. Processes like appraisals, disciplinary processes, hearing grievances, that kind of thing. The reason for that is because if they are in a position of influence and power, they may influence how that process is managed or handled. They may influence the evidence and they may influence the outcome of that process, which can, in the long term, cause issues.
Thanks for watching. If you want a free tribunal audit of your employment contract and handbook, click the link in the description below.